Systems Analysis, Part 2, by Dr. Catherine P. Fulford, Professor, University of Hawaii at Manoa. A system of reciprocity, an example of systems thinking in real life. A system of reciprocity means that services are rendered and the recipient provides resources back. So services out, resources in. It's a subtle system of barter. By doing this, we create a win-win situation. The history of a system of reciprocity was originally developed in a government agency by a training manager. That was me. I was asked to develop a training system in a district of 6,000 people. But I had no budget and only a fifth of a secretary. So I had to take a systems approach to thinking about how I was going to do this. So I developed this system of reciprocity. As a training manager, I knew that I could provide consulting. So I asked the agency employees when they had my consulting to please just be supportive and spread their support to other people, letting them know that they liked the new training system. I could also supply technical assistance to them. Back in these days, that was things like developing transparencies. So what I would ask them for is some supplies. Usually, I would ask for a box of transparencies, and they may only get 3, but they were usually happy with that. Next, I could supply them with media support, but I had to get equipment from somewhere, so I would ask them to consider me with their end-of-the-year budget. As a result, I had a larger budget than anybody. Last, they would ask me about training. So instead of trying to do training all myself, I would ask if they have trainers in their unit, or perhaps if they could do some training. So I pulled all of the district trainers together for monthly meetings. At first they grumbled, but then they discovered the joy of sharing with others, so it was reciprocity for them. Most of them were alone in their offices, way out in a very rural district, so they were really happy to meet other trainers and get new ideas. Before long, I had a cadre of trainers, a budget, and lots of help. But then I got a new job in Hawaii. I was again by myself with little help. I thought if the system of reciprocity worked once, maybe it could work again. My new job was in the Educational Technology Department as a faculty member. But we only had 3 faculty members and an office, a chair, a secretary, and student help. Of course, we had our ETEC students and courses, and our facilities, but that was about it. So how could I make this work with my department and my graduate students? First of all, I had to provide an opportunity for the students. What they could provide me is their time. I could give them credit or find jobs for them. I could also provide expertise or pay with my small grants. They, of course, could give me lots of help, either as teaching assistants or as graduate research assistants. I could give them lots of real-world experience. And me, I would get recognition and a bigger CV. They would, of course, enhance their resume as well as their portfolio. So, one of the first ways to get started was to promote the idea with the student orientation. I tried to develop an ohana or family atmosphere, which has continued to this day throughout the program. It's created a caring, learning community and has resulted in an involved lifelong network. Our department at the time required internships for 100 hours, but it created a lot more work for faculty since most students did these outside of the department. Faculty were under pressure to publish, teach, and serve. So how do we change this into student-faculty internships? So now we handpick students, the faculty get help with research grants, publication, and teaching, and students receive mentoring and credit for their efforts. The result is that knowing help is available, faculty go for grants, and students get paying jobs. For me, over a 10-year period, I counted 92 collaborations, 22 teaching assistants, 25 research assistants, and 45 paid employees. In the meanwhile, another problem arose. It seemed that more and more other departments wanted to rely on our faculty to provide them technical assistance and help in educational technology. This was at a time when there was a UH budget crisis. There were very few resources, especially having to do with technology. There was a lack of faculty technology training, and there was increasing pressure on ETEC to train College of Ed faculty. There was really no benefit and not many rewards. It was a non-reciprocal system. So, thinking again outside of the box in a systems way, I thought about what can ETEC do and the students do to help the college's faculty. So we developed a practicum that provided technology workshops, thus helping students, ETEC, and the college's faculty. So over time, our Lei Aloha grant group was created with student and faculty partnerships, yielded 7 grants for over $10.9 million for the ETEC Department and the College of Education. To give you an idea of how we grew, you see we had our grant administration. We had 2 co-PIs. One of them became department chair. We had a project manager, a professional development manager, a digital media manager, a secretary, an evaluator, and his helper, and the digital media group, which included a lot of assistants, all students. And then our professional development group, which has now grown even bigger, was called Outreach and Technology. We were able to hire a director in a faculty position, and these also had a lot of graduate assistant and student helpers, and a secretary. As time passed, we were able to hire more faculty because of all we had done, and one of our co-PIs became chair of the ETEC office, and also the ETEC facilities grew. So as the end result, we were able to help the College of Education, the students, as well as the department and ourselves. We also had a lot of partners that were part of the process of the System of Reciprocity. But to make a system work, you need to keep those involved informed about the System of Reciprocity and what that means, and take consistent action on the concept. Here are some references if you'd like to learn more.